morning everybody and welcome back to Arcangelus Gaming. Arcangelus here bringing you some more Space Engineers and Never Surrender. I know I was thinking about doing some additional games, but today I thought I'd help you guys understand what I'm trying to do with the base at the moment, and yeah, I'll figure out the rest when it comes to this channel later. If you're new to the channel, remember to hit that subscribe button, smash that like button, tap that notification bell, leave us that nice comment below, and yeah, let's get back into the game. Now at this moment in time, guys, I've taken out the connector that was there. If you remember, we had a conveyor in the background there. I've added in the sorter block to bring all of our components into this new large container. It took a while to get everything into place, but it is. This room inside is completely pressurized now, so yeah, if we now go around, I could have walked around the other way because I built a ramp and everything. Yeah, if we now go inside and close the door, we can now pressurize. Yeah, sorry, pressurize in here to be able to get into here without letting all the air out. But then it comes to the obvious question: what if we want to modify something that's within that chamber? And this is exactly the comment, sorry, not comment, so the problem I've got right now. We've got two choices. One is just simply move that out, add in a sorter to just drag everything out of the dromedary, because that's the issue I've got. Or two, behind this panel is one of those armoured conveyors. So I was thinking about replacing that. Now to do that, I would need a separate, standalone container for all of the air that's within this chamber. So what I was thinking was around about, I don't know, here. If I was to add in some more armour plated conveyors, and underneath here have a group of oxygen tanks. Sorry, my brain decided for a second there it was going to shut down. Okay, so what's this going to look like? It's simply going to be something like this, really. It's not exactly complicated. It's why I've got my jetpack on here. So basically, yeah, that would work. I don't know, maybe 2 to begin with. See how much it would fill up. So these would be solely for this room. Oh, I've just had a good idea. Even better, we don't have to do this. Got an idea. Right. Rather than doing it this way, if I ditch everything I've got on me, I don't know why I'm carrying all that around with me. Right. I'm going to do this quickly for the sake of time. Right, we'll add in 2 oxygen tanks and an air vent. Oops. Air vent? There we go. We'll grab one of these air vents. Yeah, the smaller ones. Yeah, should be everything we need. Right. Alright, so we've got mostly everything. I think we'll be okay going in and out. In and using the yeah, that puffs out every so often. I don't exactly know why. But you're telling me that thing is not big enough? Oops. wrong one. How much does this hold? This holds 100,000 litres of air. Okay. So how much air? It'd be nice to know how much air is actually in this chamber so we can actually work out what we need. It doesn't say there. Pressure, 100 kilowatts, power usage, pressurizing. Nah, so one bit of information I need I can't figure out. I'd have to figure out if there's a way of being able to work out the amount of air that's in here. But for now, what I am thinking is maybe a modification of this core.
Full.
Really? Okay. Let's get some lights on the subject as well. So let's drop that for now. Probably a bad place to put it, and I'll see that. So where can we put this? It's out of the way. Maybe we go up there then, I guess. Yeah. I turned around so fast, my eyes didn't register that I'd gone all the way around. Okay. So, if we're going to do this, we need to clear the decks. And we will need again air vents, oxygen tanks. And then we'll slap this on the end. And what I've not taken into account is I need to connect these two up as well. Right. So I've got to go in and out just to be able to get that bugger. Alright, we'll take that out for the moment. Okay, actually, let's check this. Right, so we're completely depressurized. Oxygen tank. We're only using 62 litres. For this piddly little room. Maybe one tank would be enough, but... Don't know why I've left some steel plate there, but... Large steel tubes and small steel tubes. Alright, Right, so obviously I need a load of these. That's what it was whinging about. Alright, so we've got a lot of stuff in our inventory again. So back around we go. Pause there because of the fact that I forgot that we were working up here. Nope, it's taking it all outside, and because of the saucer block, it's not allowing me to grab it. So it's going to be a lot of ins and outs just to build this up. I mean, it was a good idea in principle, separating everything, because we got so much stuff coming in on the dromedary. It was just it was getting a little tight in the terms of space. No, actually, let's work on just the one.
Inventory full.
Yeah, of course my inventory's full. It's always full.
Energy low.
And yeah, again, yep, typical. My energy always seems to be low. I'm going to start off by seeing if this would work with just the one. I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do this. So we toggle that off. That's not going to be working now. Right, so good. I've got my helmet closed at the moment. So if I now go depressurize on. Tell you what, should I spell oxygen right? So it's 5,514 litres is this entire air chamber. So I think I'm going to have to reset all of this. Right. As well as all of these functions, which is going to take forever. Okay. Right, so this is air vent. Full hydroponics. That one's dang it, my brain has gone dead. Call this a factory empty. Airlock. That's the word I'm trying to think of here. Right, so we call. So at least then we know what we're dealing with. Okay. So. In button 4, we want depressurize on and off for the airlock. Air vent hydroponics will have that as on and off, and factory empty we will have depressurize on and off. Okay. So yeah, let's add text. So number 1 was hydroponics. Hydroponics. Fill factory. Oops, center aligned. Gonna have to come over here just to be able to see the size of the text, which is a bit of a problem. So text padding, we have it somewhere in the middle-ish, so maybe like there. And font size. Okay. So we'll have it like that. So let's say 25% there, 2.75 there. Let's note then we know what figures we're looking at. So number 2, again central alignment, 2.75. Sorry, that was 2.75. That was 25, yeah. I'll have that one read factory empty atmosphere. No, empty air. So just so it fits, you know, quite nicely. And then this one will have sort of the same. So my memory is absolutely terrible. Airlock cycle. Yeah, it was 2.75. Okay, so at least then we know what we're looking at. So if we press one of these buttons, we know exactly what's going to happen. Right, so that one's repressurized. We can turn that back on. that's going to bring us back up to 100%. Okay, so I mean, that's just going to take some time anyway. But still, at the end of the day, it is a case of what do we do? Yeah, what do we do when the what do we do with the drunken sailor? All right, okay. What do we do if we've got a problem like we do now? We need to do some work. We've solved that one. What do we do if we need to fill this up quickly? We need to have some oxygen tanks in preparation, so that what we can then do is, when this chamber's full, we can this chamber's full. We can store some more, so we can have some more oxygen being filled into those tanks in preparation for this, and when we get more chambers and things like that. So yeah, when this is now completely void of atmosphere again, so we can work in and out of it quickly. So we didn't need that second chamber, second tank after all at this moment in time. So yeah, now I can do what I really wanted to do in the first place, so put that back. Find the sorter again. There we are. That's the sorter. And we want to get the bits for it. Construction comps. Okay. A bit of a delay there. No. Those would do not better, thank you. There we go. Right, there we have it. So all of that work just to be able to get in here to be able to add a sorter. And yeah, I'm going to leave it in that coloration as well, because then it lets us know that it's something that we can work on. Okay, so we're going to call this I don't know. Just call it dromedary, because we know what we're working with at the moment. And we want to go whitelist. The only problem with this is going to be, how do we fill up the O2 tank? And I think that's going to be a case of we're going to have to do that manually. So we will go take all ores, take all ingots, drain all. And hopefully, if I've done my job right, why do we still have a whole host of stone? Because it hasn't got around to draining it all yet. That's why. It's taking it all bit by bit. Question is it going to take that? Please don't take that. I mean, we can see if this will work, but I doubt it. Yeah, won't allow it. So if we want to fill up the ice, we are going to have to go into here, sorry. And grab some ourselves. these parts are going to slowly go into the container outside. So yeah, if we now get back to the dromedary, go O2, there we have it. We'll dump that in there for good measure. Right, now we've done that, let's, for the moment, close the external door. Refill with what we've got in the tank. And we'll also do the same with the airlock as well. We'll push that back out. So if we go tanks, I think that means these two will be empty. Oxygen tank, airlock, and this will be oxygen tank factory. Because that's what I'm going to call this room now, is the factory area, because it's rather industrial. Medical chamber will move at our leisure, as and when we can figure out a better place of putting it. Yeah, and probably create another medical room of its own. Right, okay, so what was I doing? Yeah, that was it. I'm trying to figure out why one of these tanks has additional air. The airlock has 17 litres in it. For reasons I can't fathom. Oh well, at least we've got a little extra just in case I do it stupid at any one point in time. Okay, that deals with that. Right, so now that I've got that room sorted out, I can now start thinking about modifying under here. So we got all of this pipe work going underneath, so might as well utilize it. So let's grab some of our basic equipment. No, I didn't want to take computers. Sounds so weird saying that. Let me grab that, yeah. So at least we've got some basic materials to utilise to create some T-junctions. Yeah, let's start here. We'll do this one section at a time. Yeah, we'll have it that way up. Key P. Clean armour. And we'll create what? Four storage tanks to begin with. Just to fill them up so that they are ready for pretty much any eventuality that we might come across, really. So I think that way round. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Did that add 2? No. Go under here. And around. So I'm going to weld what I've got up and see whether that's because I had a full storage tank or what. No, apparently. Why have I suddenly stopped? Alright guys, sorry about that. That was an important phone call again. I've finished off the oxygen tanks outside. Now about the only other thing that we really need in this place is going to be a way of working the ice into into hydrogen and oxygen. So okay, even though this is 4 components, what I'm going to do is I'm going into the sorter. I'm also going to add ice. So that should bring, there we go, all of our ice into here. Now, what we would then need is, whoops, gone a bit too far. The O2H2 generator. Sorry, just checking something because I added in the landing gear. It just struck me I've not actually seen it. I'm going to have a good look through it at some point. There we are. There's all the landing gears. And then a small grid one to go with it. Right, okay. So let's start by adding in at least one O2 tank. O2H2 tank. I'm going to add it there, I think. Amazing how much of that actually was just for the steel plate. Okay. And then we're going to need somewhere to put it. Now, when it comes down to it, for hydrogen tanks, we have the tried and tested, which I personally think looks a lot better. And then, if you really want to go sort of like full industrial, you know, you got like your big ball ones like you'd see at a lot of plants in in the real world today. Okay, I'm going to add that Okay, so it's got those on every side. That's good. Right, so let's grab our steel. Always a good place to start. I think one tank's going to be a good start for 10 here. Ooh. I didn't add, yeah, definitely didn't add that in. Just to be able to store some of our hydrogen. Right, okay, is that literally now everything? Yeah, produce the rest. Quite a lot of large steel tubes, so a lot of backwards and forwards in on this one. Alright. So yeah, now we've got ourselves a nice big hydrogen tank. As you can see, that is starting to fill quite nicely, so yeah, we are good in that regards. So problem is though, is we now need to hook it into our little oxygen, our little farm here. So if we change that to, yeah, the T piece that way round. I don't know why I was trying to use the welder to get the parts, but I did. Okay, so we need to go, what, here? So I'm thinking from here, let's just use our standard conveyor bits. So for that we're going to need a ton of interior plate. Actually, I've got an idea while I'm here. Let's turn that off for now, so that we can get a nice equal share between the resources. Construction small motor. Well, we've got plenty of resources coming in, so I can do 1,000 of everything without even breaking a sweat. So it's mainly the small and the motors now.
Energy low.
Right, so whilst we're waiting for those motors to sort themselves out, we'll just jump in the dromedary for now. What we may need to do at some point is just put a survival kit somewhere, just so that we can, well, survive. Right, there we go. So that's now connected up. So, whoops. Okay, so that's now the ice is coming from there, feeding in there, and now is also feeding into our O2 tanks at a rapid rate of knots, or at least it should be. Hold on, why isn't that working? That should be bi-directional flow. Or is it a case of I've just simply run out of ice? Or maybe... I've got no idea. O2, H2 gen. I think I've connected up the wrong item. Having a couple of these won't hurt either, because right. I think that I have made a mistake. No, I haven't. There's that. So why are the O2 generators not filling up? O2 tanks, I mean, not filling up. and yet this is going like absolute mental, bat out of hell mental. Okay. Five has got an input. 6 has got an input. 7's got an input. Why is 4 the only one with no input? Now it's got an input. So you're saying that they will be filled in 1 week, 2 days, 13 hours and 26 minutes. Whereas this, 4 hours. Odd. Okay, which means that we can now get back into our normal mining activities. And I should now be able to undock and have no additional storage within the dromedary. Alright, there we go. We're only burning the candle at the back. So it's now for the long trek of 21 kilometers all the way back over to the asteroid platinum location. I'm still about 50 meters away from the platinum, so it's still going to take me some time to get down to it. It's really the journey to and from that's the issue. At some point I've got to sit down and figure out how to use the... Can I get access to it from here? There we go. Control G, that was it. So you got all of these AI tools to be able to do stuff, but I've never used them. The path can be relative to another grid of the references set. Well, this is something actually I was looking into. I was thinking maybe if we had like a small ship that would come and regularly dock with the back of the dromedary, maybe what we could then do is have it come, grab a load of ore, go back, and it does that shuttle run for us. And we only return to base once we've hit what we need. But I've not actually experimented with it. So maybe that's something to do for a future episode, once we have some platinum, of course, because then we can just build an ion based ship array. Well, you know, somehow we'll rework the dromedary so that she will also work on ion. She'll make placement of thrusters and stuff like that a lot easier, because then we won't have to worry about tubing, we won't have to worry about a lot of those, you know, the tanks. About the only tank that we would need is batteries, which are easier to fill. But the only thing I have noticed that I could take advantage of is the location of the sun. I really ought to put a few more solar panels on this beast. Loud noise. Still only able to go about 7 meters at a time. So as you saw, that means I'm at 53, so right, now where's our base in relative to where we are at? How about iron? Cool. When she is fully laden, she is a beast. Also using the other thrusters to stabilize my other axes so that I can just thrust straight towards our goal. As you can see, the acceleration at this point, being fully laden, is quite a lot. So getting up to max speed takes a little bit of time, but it is worth it. Well guys, I've spent quite a bit of time chewing your ears off, showing you guys what I've been up to. So I'm going to leave you with this lovely view of the dromedary heading back to base, and yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful day. You know, be nice to each other, be happy. You know, I'll catch you next time on Arcangelus Gaming. Thank you.